Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and all between the binary. This is Get Informed with Wajeeh. I'm Wajeeh Lion. Thank you so much for tuning in. I have a podcast for you today. Let's see here. And I'm trying to post a question chat here. Someone thinks I was mocking other people's faiths by posting the video that I recently just posted on my thread. I just want to let you know that the video is a collaboration between a Muslim and a white Christian, I believe. And it's basically bringing it down and dumbing it down to the point where it's just making fun of, I promise I won't attack you, you promise you won't attack me. I think it just plays a part. The 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 simplicity of it shows how simple these communications are and how fragile they are, as well as basically what they're promising. And I think that comedy skit was perfect for today. And I definitely don't think it was making fun of faith or religion, especially that inshallah means in God's willing. And cross my heart is a way of like Westerners promising something. So there's nothing in there that's meant to make fun of any faith. And I strongly advise you to go back and watch it. In fact, I'm gonna go delegation. I'm not drunk. Excuse me. Fingers crossed. And cross my heart. Stick 1,000 needles in my eye. These terms are acceptable. Please let me know.
Shaheen from the Arab delegation here. We're going to assume that you met inshallah. Maybe you heard Anne Hathaway say it in that interview recently and you thought, ooh, that's cute. I like that. Look, we can offer a 90-day pilot for inshallah, but there are some conditions. First off, we need you guys to stop with these reckless hummus spin-offs, okay? So that's no avocado hummus, no cauliflower hummus, and don't even get us started with chocolate hummus. You guys need to reel Trader Joe's the hell in, okay? We will accept fingers crossed, but we'd also like loosey goosey. It's
Loosey
unrelated.
Goosey is a
We
good
just
one.
think that's a fun one. We'd also like to be able to say Allahu Akbar in public again without everybody freaking out. This pilot would go into effect after the black delegation's approval. They, of course, have full rights to inshallah as it stands because of our strong ties with the Nation of Islam. Black delegation, we would like to know, though, could the Arab delegation use on God? Let us know.
Yeah. So the first guy was a white guy, and the second guy was a person from Iran or from the Middle East. Either way, I think it was really hilarious. It gets to the point, and it explains the demands in a way where everyone that doesn't understand everyday politics go, "Yeah, that makes sense." It's not they're not telling you the exact demands, but that's what the demands sound like to anyone who doesn't understand what's going on. Like, what the fuck do you mean? Like, let them charge what the fuck they want to charge in the toll. Let them pass by. Most Americans are like people in the Middle East are just let it go, motherfuckers. Let us have an economy. So I feel like some people, or like, yeah, I had someone on Instagram tell me, "You are not a geopolitical analyst. You have no idea what's going on in Syria. You did not give the full detailed explanation of how Ahmad al Julani did not really change his legal name because his name was Ahmad al Shara. But most of terrorists have their own nicknames, and then later on they don't use those nicknames." I'm like, bitch, please, we talked about this long time ago. I was just getting to a question, and what you're looking at is a clip of a long ass video. Jesus Christ. And then the other person goes, "Oh, yeah, prove to me that you have a death penalty from the Saudi government." Like, the Saudi government issued it. You can go ask them. And also, why would you think the US government would give me a political asylum and I would be put in a safe house? And you think that all comes out of nowhere? These organizations look you up, they do a background check, make sure you're telling the truth, they investigate. I don't understand how people think like that. Uh, God willing, by the way, is a thing that we always use in Arabic. Like, when I was a child, I always wanted to be like a PlayStation. So I'd go, "Dad, I really want a PlayStation." And he always, like, this is not a joke, he always goes, "Inshallah, inshallah." And that would always get under my skin because I knew that, like, what he meant by inshallah is like, it ain't gonna happen. But what he would tell me he meant by that is, oh, if God wanted to happen, it would happen. But we all know that he doesn't want it to happen, so it ain't gonna happen. So, so it depends who you asking. So if Iran is saying inshallah and they tell you, oh, it means God willing, but you know for sure what they mean, it ain't gonna happen. That means it ain't gonna happen. That's why, like, the joke is on inshallah. Because, like, when you have a parent and you ask them for anything, no, yeah, yeah, inshallah, inshallah, we'll see what happens. About if God wills it, it'll happen. But what they mean is that ain't gonna happen. Again, the comedy skit is made by a Muslim and a Christian. So, like, it's not meant to be making fun of any other religion as much as making sure that the message is delivered across. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Malcolm's query, but maybe that's a different conversation. I have, if you are wanting to ask a question and I'm not able to find your question between all the comments on the live chat, go to my, go to my channel chat and click under the question, ask questions here thread. I would appreciate if you could ask your questions over there. It would make my life much easier to find your questions and answer them. While you're here, please consider becoming a subscriber. Click on that button up top and subscribe to the channel. It helps us a long way. Or become a paid subscriber. Help us pay the bill, make this available for other people. I'm thinking maybe if we get enough people to support the channel, I would lift all of the uh, features that is forcing people to become paid subscribers. I have offered to give away my premium membership to a lot of people, so I'm changing it a little bit. I'm thinking about changing it a little bit, where if you are a paid member, you're essentially helping make this channel available for anyone and everyone who cannot pay. And then, so lifting that restrictions off from, commenting and reading articles. So I'm thinking about it. I'm talking to some people about it, but I think I might be changing the strategy of the channel a little bit. Where if you are supporting the channel, you're supporting the type of work that I'm doing, so everyone can learn, not just a specific type of people or a specific group of people. Even though that we've been giving away premium memberships, I feel like it has still been like a limit to have other people access my information. So we'll see. I'll work on doing some changes, but if you want to support the type of work that I do, become a paid member. So you can help make sure that this type of information is prevalent and we can share it with as many people as possible. Let me know what you think in the chat. I do need to pay the bills. That's right. I do need to pay the bills. I'm not finding any questions. Oh, here you go. Good morning, Wajeeh. I really enjoyed your guest, Piotr, the other day, which was yesterday. What constitutes a genocide? Sadly, the definition is unfortunately seems to be an after the fact decision. Do you think this harms the ability of the international community to act on victims? So Piotr yesterday drew a distinction between genocide and ethnic cleansing. And he said, certainly what's happening in Gaza is ethnic cleansing. He did not mince on whether there is ethnic cleansing, mince his word of whether there is ethnic cleansing or not. He said where the debate is at on the technical definition of genocide which goes a step further than ethnic cleansing. Um, I recommend that you go back and watch the interview so you can have a good idea what he is talking about. The interview is very informative, very educational. We asked a lot of important questions. Piotr is a former UN official. He's also a professor with 10-year plus experience being a geopolitical analyst and specializing in conflict. So I figured I'd bring someone who could give you a different perspective and someone that could speak from their own experience regarding some of the questions you guys have. So I'm not going to speak in his own words. I would tell you go watch my interview on YouTube or watch my interview on Substack. It's free. You don't need to be a paid subscriber or subscriber to go watch it. And check out the conversation, see if that's something you agree with us, and then join the conversation. Let us know what you think. Do I think if this harms the ability of the international community to act on victims? The United Nations in general has a hard time reacting to human rights violations and victims. Additionally, the international community in general is slow to act, especially because they wait on on the UN Security Council and they wait on other um, debates, and there is no binding powers that the UN can really have an effect on. It becomes almost useless. But when the International Criminal Court comes out with the ruling, it does have an effect. Yeah, they are usually too late to help people. There is a report out that Congress is quietly moving to integrate the U.S. Israeli military. That's a big deal. It was hidden in the House version of the 2027 National Defense Authorization Act. Any more insights? This is news to me. I need to look into it. You are very generous. I have confidence you will take care of yourself first. You must do this. I will definitely be taking a nap today. We'll make this live stream, closer to the hour and then end it. That is a good question. I will look into it, Cloud. I don't see any other questions. What do you think is the most important things Americans can do right now? The most important thing Americans could do right now is bridge the gaps between each other. Americans need to learn how to work with each other along the same differences that you have instead of fighting each other to win. I keep hearing saying people, "Oh, how do we beat the other side?" I think that we have a misunderstanding about our society. Winner shouldn't be taking all. That's a very bad methodology that we keep teaching people because we usually have only one winner and then everyone else is the loser. That's how we ended up with the 1% wanting everything and then we ended up with nothing, right? So if we need to get somewhere, the one person that wins and everyone else loses is just not the right mentality to have. We what we need to have is that we win together and we lose together. We're a nation where when one of us benefit, the rest of us benefit, and when one of us is suffering, the rest of us is suffering. We need to understand that this nation is a whole body that is if one of it get part of it gets sick, the rest of it starts feeling it. Just how it works. So when we hear about injustice, when we hear about corruption, when we hear about crime, when we hear about the 1%, that shouldn't be dividing us. This should be bringing us together. And when we are demanding difference, when we are demanding change, and when we are demanding and voting, we should be looking to work with one another, and win each other because the whole idea is if the Democrats win, we're supposed to throw the whole Republican Party under the bus. And when the Republican Party, they're supposed to throw the whole Democratic Party under the bus, is only shooting us in the foot. We've done that for the last 200 years with very little success. Why are we throwing each other under the bus? We all want the best for the United States. We talk about win-win situation. Let's see a win-win situation. That's how you win the other side. That's how you win as a country. Well, could you explain the United Nations setup for Palestinian refugees and aid for Palestinians? That's a very complicated one. It would be better suited for a research paper. But Palestinian issue has been going on for a very long time. That countries been trying to find their own way not to deal with it, or if they're dealing with it, they would be under control, which has not been giving the Palestinian people much control. So like it's very hard for Palestinians to get citizenships in Arabic countries. Um, and then they have these passports that act like a UN passport, but really doesn't have any protections. And anytime you travel with it, you're looked at in a weird way. And when you leave Palestine, you can't come back. It's just very, very complicated and in depth. Thank you for sending me the congressional bill. I'll take a look at it. Do you think a lot of wrong things that are happening in the works is based on wrong perception? Not all of it, some of it, because it causes unfounded fear and promotes wrong actions. That's what I've been preaching for the last few years. But yes, has there been any justice for the victims of the flotilla people? No. Why don't we ever see any videos of Lebanon or other countries being bombed? There's plenty of videos of Lebanon being bombed. The videos are prevalent. Also, the other thing is that people are forced to flee the southern Lebanon going into the city, and most of the fighting is right now is in southern Lebanon away from the cities. So it's kind of hard for you to film all of the bombardment when you are not even at the same location. Good question. How are the soldiers doing that were injured in Kuwait? They have been, from my understanding, is that they have requested privacy. And so since then, we haven't heard anything about them. While you're watching, please destroy that like button, like, comment, and share. And while you're at it, subscribe. Help us reach 100,000 subscribers. I mean, 10,000 subscribers. Looking up if there's any more questions. I did not see the Israeli statement regarding the castle and they took over in Lebanon. No, you did not miss any details about the fusion of the U.S. Israeli armed forces, but I need to do an article about it. I'm telling people to stock up on essentials. I'm stocking up on essentials. Anyway, if you want to be in dinner, you can come over. Can you give us an essential list, please? Canned food, whatever, food that you are used to, whether it's gluten-free food, lactose, milk, find out what you have, what you need, and stock up on it. I have gallons of water laying around. I have uh, beans, just some of the things I'm basically used to using to cook. That's what I call essential. Medicine, exactly. Someone says they'll bring the rice. Sometimes it's hard to buy extra. Yep. I would utilize the food bank. Do I think our government is being honest about the casualties? I don't have enough details about that, but I think we're gonna find out more soon. Someone says follow the FEMA preparation recommendation prep. I have not seen that. No, there's an article called "Preparedness and Politics" Substack. Have you seen this Substack? No, I have not. It seems to me that this war with Iran can't end until a change of administration. I think it could happen with if uh, we're able to do a good change in the midterm election. If enough vote happen to change the midterm election, we might be able to do some changes. It will become harder for people to grow stuff. Um, imported seeds, especially, will be hard. But there are, seeds that we make here in the U.S. that you can still buy. Someone's, if you need seeds, you can go to Teresa. She can send you some. Anyways, I think this is a good place to end this space. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you, everyone from everywhere and anywhere, for tuning in. Appreciate your questions. Appreciate your support. Uh, Please consider becoming a paid subscriber for the channel and consider becoming a subscriber for the channel. It helps us along the way. If you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe to the channel as well over there. It helps us more than you think. And while you're at it, come to Substack and join our Substack community. While here, I like to say, "Ma salama, bye bye," بالإنجليزي. Goodbye. I'll see you tomorrow.